Hi to all my dear students. Today I came up with a new topic called materials management. The topics which we are going to discuss in this video are the meaning of materials management, objectives of materials management, importance and functions of materials management. Let us see. You all know about the 5 M's in the organization. What are those 5 M's? Men, money, materials, machines, and methods. All these 5 M's have greater importance in the organization, and the materials has also been included in this. From the 20th century onwards, materials has given greater importance because whenever the manufacturer is producing is bringing the good type of materials, it automatically create good finished product, and it automatically leads to satisfaction of the customer. Okay, before starting to the main topic, let me tell you one thing. Please treat yourself as a manufacturer so that you can easily understand the topics. Let us see, what does the material management mean. It is all about organizing and coordinating the functions. What are the things we have to organize and coordinate? See, reducing the wastage of the materials and transforming the materials into finished good. Okay, let us see the definition given by Amber. See, every organization will have some objectives. To reach those objectives, the department will do works according to that. See here, the materials department will is having some process where it supplies the goods and services and produce the goods and services to achieve the organization objectives. That is called materials management. See, for your better understanding, I have drawn a diagram. Materials management is all about purchasing the materials from the buyers and storing it in such a way that the materials doesn't spoil, and utilizing the materials so that we can reduce the wastage. If we have all these three things, that is purchasing, storing and utilization of materials, then we can say it as materials management. Hope. Let us see the objectives of materials management. There are two objectives in materials management. First one is primary objective, second one is secondary objective. Let us see, what does the primary objective have and the secondary objective have. See, when the materials management is contributing everything, means time, work, to in achieving the company's objective, then we call it as primary objectives. Next one is secondary objectives. If the materials management is contributing indirectly in achieving the company's objectives, then it is called as secondary objective. What does this indirectly mean? When the material management is assisting some work to the other departments, then the material management is contributing here indirectly. Then such type of objectives is called secondary objectives. There are 9 primary objectives. Let us see what are they. First one is low prices. Here I have drawn a diagram. With this diagram, you can see that rupees prices should be reduced. When we are reducing the prices in purchasing of materials and services, we can easily reduce the production cost, which automatically leads to gaining higher profits, and not only reducing the prices in purchasing the materials and services, but also in transportation, bringing the materials from buyers to manufacturers. See, the prices bringing it from here to there should also reduce. Second one is high inventory turnover. See, whenever we are taking the materials, means purchasing the materials in a huge quantity, it automatically leads to a reduction in the cost of materials. And we must have the materials according to the sales. When sales are high and the materials are less in the department, in the materials management department, then it automatically leads to stoppage of production. To reduce that, we must have high material turnover. Next one is low cost acquisition and possession. See here, acquisition means acquiring, possession means controlling. What are the things we have to acquire and what are the things we must have control? See, at the time of seasons, materials will have high cost. To reduce the cost, we must bring the materials, we must acquire the materials when the season is low, and we have to store all these materials so that we can use it in the future purpose. Next one is fourth, continuity of supply. See, what is this continuity of supply? Supply means bringing the materials, purchasing the materials from the buyers. There must be supply of materials from buyer to manufacturers. See, whenever there is a continuation, we cannot stop the production. If it doesn't have materials, if there is a stoppage or in the supply of materials, then it automatically leads to stoppage of production. To reduce all these type of things, we must have continuity of supply. Fifth primary objective is consistency of quality. So let me take an example. Each company produce different types of cars, right? What is the difference between one model to another model? The quality, right? See, when we have the quality, when we will have the quality in the product, when we will have the good performance of a product, when we are using good quality material. See, good quality material leads to good performance of the product. See, the materials must have consistency of quality. Next one is low payroll cost. See, every organization will think about higher profits. It doesn't want to lose its profit by spending more on employees or on other things. But if the organization doesn't gives the payroll to the employees, then it will reduce the morale of the employees. To avoid all such type of things, if the company is getting 10 rupees of profit, it has to spend 1 rupee, at least 1 rupee on the employees, so that it can also take the profits and it can satisfy the employees. Next one is favorable supplier relations. See, who is the supplier? Here, where from whom you are taking the materials, he is the supplier. See, we must have good relations with the supplier, because whenever the materials is having high demand, the supplier can shift from one party to another party. To reduce this, and the supplier is also a customer for our product, because he is giving the materials and he is taking the finished products from the manufacturer, and that is from us. So to have good relations, to reduce the shifting from one party to another, we must have good relations with the supplier. Eighth one, development of personnel. If you want to plan for a year, plant core. If you want to plan for 30 years, plant a tree. If you want to plan for 100 years, plant men. This is a nice proverb. Let me tell you what does this proverb mean. See, whenever the organization wants to grow for long term, it has to develop with the employees training and employees supporting them and developing them along with the organization. They are the future assets. Without employees, the organization cannot survive for a longer time. Next one is good records. See, whenever we are having good records according about materials, it will be helpful in administration and in control of corruption. So everything should be recorded, everything should be in a transparent way. With this, the primary objectives have been closed. Next one is Secondary objectives. Now, the secondary objectives. Let's see what are the things are there in the secondary objectives. First one is reciprocal relations. The materials management department must have good relations with all the other departments in the organization, because in not only in purchasing the materials but also making the products available in the market, it must have relations with the other departments. See, whenever it is having the good relations with the marketing department, it will come to know about the demand of the products, so that it can purchase the materials according to it and produce the products. Next one is new materials and products. Every engineer and the manufacturer manager will have some anxiety, enthusiasm in producing new type of products and bringing taking new type of materials, using the new type of feature, adding the new features to the products. When the engineer will know what is the demand of the customers, when it have good relations with the marketing department. Next one is economic make or buy. Make or buy decisions does not taken by only materials management department or purchasing manager. It should be taken according to the economic situations by different department heads forming in a committee. Next one is standardization. See, when the purchasing manager will come to know which type of materials he has to buy, when the engineer and the manufacturer manager will give a specific idea to the purchasing manager which type of materials he has to buy, so that the materials will have some standardization. That is four secondary objectives. Let us see next secondary objective. Next one is product improvement. What does this product improvement means? Product improvement is all about adding some features to the existing product. See, the engineers and the manufacturer manager doesn't compromise on designing the products. It is the responsible of the purchasing manager to see that it doesn't cost high. The design of the cost should not goes up. Next one is interdepartmental harmony. In every organization, one department is dependent on other department. See, the materials management should know what are the responsibilities and roles of other departments, so that it can reduce the disputes among the departments. Next one is forecast. Every company will have the professional economist. In most of the large companies, they will hire the professional economist. He will forecast about the economic situations. See, on the basis of that, the purchasing manager should translate the forecast and should buy the materials according to it. The next one is acquisitions. It is most common in every company. One company will acquire another company, but the purchasing manager will have the good relations with all the companies, so that he can perform well and he can do his job according to the organization objectives. Next topic is importance of materials management. All these things are discussed in already objectives of materials management. Now let us see the points one by one. First one is lower prices for materials and means what are the materials which we are using in producing the products should be low cost and faster inventory turnover. We have to check that the inventories are always stored, and continuity of supply. We must have good relations with the supplier, so that there will be continuity of supply. Reduce the lead time. See, when we are having good relations with the employees and giving payrolls in a good way, then the lead time, the time taken in producing the materials will be reduced. Reducing the transportation cost. Not only in purchasing of the materials, we have to see that the transportation cost should also low while bringing the materials. Less duplication of efforts. When the organization will have separate materials management department, then the duplication of efforts will be reduced. See how no employee will pass the work to other employees, because he has to, we will assign the works to specific departments in a specific way. The roles are already specified, so according to the roles and responsibilities of the department it will work. Next one is reduce materials obsolescence and improve supplier relationship and better records and information. We should have good relation with the supplier, and we should record all the things, and we should have information about every material and the cost of its materials. Next one is better interdepartmental cooperation. See, every department is dependent on other departments, so every department should have good relations with the other departments. Next one is personnel department. The organization should not think about its own development, it should think, it should come with its development, it should move with the development of employees by training them. With this, we have completed the importance of materials management. Let us move to next topic. See, next topic is functions of materials management. First function of material management is material planning and control. How can we plan the materials and we can control with the help of forecasting the future? Who will forecast the future? The professional economist. He will forecast the future. According to that, we have to plan how much materials we have to purchase and what are the things we have to control in purchasing the materials and how to reduce the cost of the materials and so on. Next one is purchasing. Main thing, main function of material management is purchasing. See, in purchasing, we must have good relations with the suppliers so that he can support us in the future days, and he is the customer also. So, we must have good relations with the suppliers. Next one is stores management. Stores management is all about storing the materials and handling the materials. We should know where we have to keep the materials, what is the location, and what is the temperature, so that the materials doesn't spoil. Next one is inventory management. See, all industry doesn't produce the finished products. It produces the materials which will be helpful in preparing the finished product. So we doesn't know when the materials will have demand. So on the forecasting the future, we have to handle the materials in a safer zone and in a safe location in a good temperature. Next one is next other functions are standardization. We should not compromise on the quality and quantity of the product. If we compromise on the quality, the performance of the product will not be good. So the customers will automatically dissatisfy with the product. To reduce all these type of things, we must have standardization in the product. Next, simplification and specification. Simplification and specification is all about using the materials in producing more number of products. Limited number of materials, producing more number of products. Next one is value analysis. Value analysis is all about adding the new features to the existing products. The engineer must have good relations with the marketing department so that he comes to know when he has to add some features to the product, so that we can reduce the cost. So unnecessarily, if the engineer or the manufacturer manager is adding new features to the product, it will increase the cost of the product. If the cost of the product increase, then automatically the manufacturer has to increase the price of the product. To reduce all such type of things, he must know when to add the features to the product with the help of all other departments. Next one is ergonomics. Ergonomics is all about the human machine. See, to reduce the human um, wastages, or I mean human mistakes, and to increase the productivity, we must use the ergonomics. So it is the these are the functions of materials management. Hope you understood all the topics of materials management. Thank you. I especially thank Gundupagi Manjunath Garu for guiding in making these videos. Thank you all, my dear students.